Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 10 of Scrollers Chat. I'm your host, Richard Lee Nyden. Tonight we're going to be discussing a kind of some review of the Midwest Trade Show. We've got some pictures and stuff that we're going to look at, some of the projects there, as well as we're going to talk with our panel and see what's going on with them and what kind of projects they got going on. I'm going to let them all unmute themselves and introduce themselves one by one, starting with Mr. Rick Hutchinson.
Okay, Rick Hutchison, website scrollsaws.com, and right now recovering from the picnic today and hoping to start playing on the sawmill tomorrow and cutting up some logs.
Thank you, Rick. I can relate to that hangover from the Midwest Trade Show, man. I didn't get in until 12:30 last night, so I'm right there with you. I haven't even unpacked the car yet. All right, moving on to Mr. Carl Taylor.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me tonight, Lee. You can find me on YouTube on scroll saw and woodworking videos. I just started a new playlist on SketchUp, and I'm halfway done with my playlist on rotary tools, mainly the Dremel. Find my Facebook page, Scrollers on YouTube. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Carl. Moving on now to John Cossins.
Thanks, Lee, for having me on the panel there. I am partners with Lee in Scrollers Choice Woodworking Arts magazine. You can find me on Facebook under my name, John Cousins, or you can find me on Facebook under my Wood If I Could, Scroll Saw and Woodworking. I've been busy doing small projects, but more busy doing other work for my real job. Thanks.
All right, thanks, John. All right, moving on to Jessica.
Hi, Lee. Thanks for having me on tonight. My name's Jessie Bain, and you can find me on Facebook at Awesome Saws Design. And right now I'm getting ready for a huge 3-day craft show in September.
All right, thanks, Jessica. And moving on to Donna Presley.
Hi, everyone. Donna Presley, Donna's Wooden Art. Find me there, Facebook, YouTube, webpage. Jessica, good luck on your show.
Thank you.
All right, and last but definitely not least, Don.
Hello, everybody. I'm Don Lorenz. I'm a scroller. I do primarily Intarsia. I can be found on Facebook.
And you don't have the fire truck with you tonight, huh?
No, I do not. It is hanging up at my work.
Well, we should tell everyone Don got first place in intermediate, Intarsia. And the reason I'm smiling about that so much is because that I actually designed the fire truck that he cut, and it's like one of my first Intarsia fire engines, so it came out pretty cool, and Don did a great job. So we're going to show you guys a picture of that in a minute, but I just wanted to put that out there. Don got the blue ribbon on that one, so congrats, Don.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Lee and Donna and everybody else.
All right. Well, don't know if anyone on YouTube is watching it. Okay, well, I don't know if anyone's over there yet either. I'm not looking, Donna. So, we were supposed to have the president of SAW on tonight. I think she's having technical issues at the moment. So if she pops in, we'll go to her and we'll talk about the Scroll Saw Association of the World. If not, she can't make it in by the time we finish. We'll talk about it maybe next week. So I'm going to go over to Rick, and what we're going to do, Rick, is I'm going to ask you, kind of in your own words, give everybody an idea of some of the stuff that was awesome at the Midwest Trade Show. And I've got some pictures to show everybody and after Rick does talk to a little bit. So go ahead, Rick.
Well, it was kind of the normal show. I heard figures of around 350 there on Friday. A lot of neat stuff in the brag section. I've got 85 pictures up in an album on Facebook. If you want, I could screen share and go through those. But we had some pretty good vendors there. Not as much wood this year as what we have liked to have seen in the past. We just had kind of a few native woods. We didn't have a lot of the exotics there. But hopefully next year we'll get those. Met a lot of good people, had a lot of fun. You want me to go through the share on Facebook and show pictures, or?
If you want, I have an album that I can show really quick, but if you want to pull yours up too, we can do that afterwards. How's it sound?
Okay, we can do that later.
Yeah, do it. We'll do it right after I do mine, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on one sec. I'm going to share the screen with everybody. And we're going to go through the pictures. All right. Make sure I click on my icon. And close this. So, what we want to do is go to okay. All right. All right. So we'll start with this picture. You guys can see this is the Art Factory booth and Dirk Pullman's clock and a bunch of the artwork that Dirk did over his entire lifetime. And you can see there's some crosses and stuff on the back wall there, as well as the I see his troops project down here with the helmet and then the red background. Another note, if you guys are ever looking for back issues of creative woodworking and crafts, even though they're out of business, if you're looking for any back issues, Karen has a ton of them. So you guys can contact her at the Art Factory if you guys want those. But there also is a bunch of Dirk's patterns too. You guys should definitely check out Dirk's site because he's got a lot of really nice patterns. So that's the Art Factory booth. And moving on to the next one, this is actually a picture of these. You can't really see the scroll saw right now because of the guy in the yellow. He's at the one-of-kind wood booth, which was run by Alan Barr and his wife. I'll show you guys their booth here in a second, but I wanted to make mention this is actually the scroll saw corral directly behind the guy in yellow. And then there's also a lathe that was right here, so you could show everybody how to turn a pen. And this was actually a lot of the veterans had all their stuff in there, and they were showing people how to use them and letting people try to turn or to cut with the scroll saw. I think there was an Excalibur, and I think there may have been a DeWalt too in there. I think. Moving on to the next one. This was going back one. This is the PS Wood Machine booth. Hello. This is the PS Wood Machines booth, which I was actually running for the weekend. Barbara Peters runs this company, and I was filling in for her because she was overseas. If you guys want any information on PS Wood Machines, you can go over to her website. She's got a ton of patterns. She's got books, patterns, saw blades. She's got bandsaw blades, all sorts of bandsaw parts. They also sell a scroll saw, which I'll show you guys in a second here. I'm going to flip to the next picture. There's their scroll saw. You can see for the show it was $7.45. I think normally it runs $9 something. It is a, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, but I think it's a belt-driven, and I think it's a 5-speed belt-driven saw. which is a little different than those other saws. But that saw cuts very smoothly. And if you guys have never used these super sharp PS Wood Machine blades, I would suggest buying a pack. They're really nice. Moving on, this is Garnett Hall's booth for his Intarsia. Garnett was the actual Intarsia class teacher for the weekend, so he was there. He came in from Saskatchewan, Canada, and you can see that that's a bunch of his work. This poinsettia might look familiar to anyone that's bought the magazine because it was in our Christmas issue a few years ago. And you can just make out the tail of Rocky, the raccoon on the left here. He was actually one of our issues as well. So you can see right there, if you want to go to Garnett's website, it's www.sawbird.com. He also sells scroll saw blades, which I've used, and they're actually really good too. So you definitely make sure you check out his blades as well. This is the Seiko booth for the new scroll saw. Obviously, that's Steve Good and Spencer and Ray Seymour checking out the saw and talking about it. That's Peterson's Custom Lumber, who brought some lumber up with them. And this is the circus train. I'm not sure who the winner on this was. I don't have the names for these guys yet. I'm going to have them real shortly. But this one won the Best in Show also. So he got the Best in Show for that train. Here's a couple more projects. I probably should have went through and got everybody's name to tell them on the air tonight, but I don't have the names yet, so I apologize. I will make sure I get them because I have to add them to the magazine later on anyway. But I'll just take you guys through these and show you some of the work that was submitted to the scroll saw contest. You can see there that's actually like a classroom with the students and the teacher, and I think there's like the American flag right up here, and I think she's teaching them math, so that's pretty cool. And then there's a car directly above that, if you can't make it out. There's a close-up of the car. There's a close-up of the circus train. You guys can see all the detail on that now. It's pretty cool. And that was the United States one, which I think he cut that some kind of reflective acrylic on the back of that so that it reflected. That is another project. Let's see. I'm thinking that that's some kind of steam engine kind of thing, but the gears. This one's really amazing. I forget all the people that cut these, but I promise I get the names for you guys once I put them in the magazine. But it is going to go through and show you guys all the ones that were submitted. There's the ducks, and then the dog, and I think that that's a wolf. I can't tell. I can't tell what that one is. The horse and the little girl. That one's cool. Education word art. This one won the Junior Scroller Award, and that one's another one. The lion. That's Charles Daring's pattern for the lion. The watermill. The horse and the cowboy. Butterfly. This is Garnett Hall's pattern, and that is Einstein. And then on the back, you can see the cross with Jesus on it, and the lighthouse. And that's a close-up of Jesus. And then there's the train. That one won the Scroller's Choice Award. And then the cabin. And the boot. And the birds. There's a cat. A little girl putting her boots on. And the 3D flowers. The vase. And the box. Give us a stay our daily bread. And then this is a view out. You guys can see the Rockler booth. And then the Rockler scrollers were next to that. And this is another view looking over toward the Seiko booth and the Sandflea booth. Another view of the PS Wood Machines booth. This is a view of the Mississippi River, obviously. I'm just clicking through these as I'm going through them. I'm trying to get to the rest of them to show you guys. I'm going to click out of these for a second. And go down. Go up. Go down. I'm going to, here you go. And I'll open from here. Give me 1 second, and I'll pull up the rest of them. Alright, so this is just another view of it looking out by past the Sand Flea our booth, and then over toward Seiko in the Scroll Saw contest. That's Dan Boone, and he's teaching that little guy how to use the Scroll Saw. I think he's teaching him how to make a puzzle. And that's obviously me and Rick. Hello, me and Rick. Hello, me and Rick. This one is Don's fire truck, which won first place, as we were talking about earlier. Hey, Don, while I'm on this, do you want to kind of tell everybody like what woods you used?
Okay, in the fire truck, the only part of it that's not the natural color of the wood is on the grill there, where I used a wood burning tool. But the red is red heartwood. The wheels are made from black walnut with some blue pine for the hubs. The headlights there are made from aspen. The firefighter symbol on the door is yellow heart, along with the end pieces of the hoses and the license plate. The blue pine here on the door and for like the running boards on the base there. Inside the wheel well is some red cedar, and the windshield and window are made from some poplar. It's the creamy color of it, not so much the green. And that's all the woods in there.
All right, thanks, Don.
You bet.
I'm going to skip forward because it's just a couple of different pictures of it. Took a bunch of pictures of it. And there's Don with it. Alright, and there's a picture of me and Steve Good and Rick. Here's some more of the brag tables. You guys can see these projects. That's scrolling through here. Some cool projects. Some fish. These fish were cool because they're really small and they got an incredible amount of detail in them. And they were really tiny and they still were able to get all of the little details in there. There's a clock. There's Charles Daring's Hulk someone cut. And he told me that this is also his wolf. And this arrowhead down here, that's also his pattern. I didn't know that, but it is. And there's another picture of the fire truck in the contest. And this is the PS Wood Machine booth again. Here's a third place win for Intermediate Complex, I think that one is. That one got Scroller's Choice. That one got first for, I think that was Intarsia Complex. And that was second for Intarsia Complex. That's first for Intarsia Intermediate, which went to Don. That was second for Intarsia Intermediate, which went to Alan Kumar, who happens to be another Ohio scroller. And that took third in Intarsia Complex. And then that's a picture of me and Garnett Hall. And a couple more pictures of us. And these are the various winners with their projects. And some will flip through these. And forgive me, guys, but I'll have the names for everybody when I put these in the magazine. As soon as I get them in, all the names, I will put them in the magazine. So I beg with you, just bear with me. I'll have the names for you guys when I put it into the magazine next. When I get into the review time for that. All right, and that should be all the pictures for the show. And now I'm gonna present and on screen share. And I think Misty joined us when I was screen sharing, so I'll go ahead and let Misty introduce herself and say hello. So Misty, if you want to unmute yourself, which you already are, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Misty Valestin. I am the new president of SAW, Scroll SAW Association of the World. And I met him over the weekend, and Rick, and actually I met several SAW members and non-SAW members, and just had a great weekend. I'm looking forward to, we got a lot coming up. Ray Seymour pulled me aside over the weekend and asked me to join with him, Fox Chapel Publishing, and Judy Gale Roberts to make us a group of 4 that are going to be working on ways to go after the youth, try to get the youth involved. We're going to, Larry Adams was there this weekend. He's from Arkansas. He's the one that bought the saw off Ray from his booth, the one that he brought on the floor. And Larry and his group, they go to schools and they go to youth organizations and they do demonstrations. And Rick, it's kind of a coincidence that you and I just earlier that day had been talking about the ACES program that we have, and I did check the discs, and the discs are fine. It's just those ones online. I want to incorporate with Larry and Ray and everybody using our ACES program. The ACES program, I don't know if you're aware of it. For those of you that know of SAW, Rick put together a video, and it's a teaching video to the youth that don't know much about scroll sawing, never heard of it, to try to wing them in and see if they like it, introduce it to them, give them the basics about it, and then if they do, then you can take it to the next level on the next visit and do a demonstration with them. But it's a good opener, especially if you're not a good teacher, if you're not don't have a prepared speech for 20-25 minute talk, and you don't have your details. Rick's done all the legwork for us, and I'm looking forward to kind of incorporating that. Everything just kind of fell together this weekend. I went there. I had a lot of people ask me if I was going to do a booth, and I said, to be honest with you, no, because I didn't want to be confined to one spot. I wanted to be able to walk around, move around, talk to people, and plus I wanted to take a couple of classes. And it's kind of funny, some of the people I've met, I've just basically have chatted with them on the SAW Facebook page that Gene Jimgard put on Facebook a couple years ago, and now because I've chatted with them, now I've got faces to go with names, and a couple of them have taken applications. They used to be along with SAW and they got out, and now they're going to come back. And I've got one, Chris, he did, and I had chatted a while. In fact, I can't tell you his last name. I just know it begins with a K. He's on the Facebook page. I went to Judy Gale Roberts' studio this past May for her beginner Intarsia class, and I had posted a picture of my fish and talked about it a little bit, and he was getting ready to go the week after me. And so we just kind of had that flying around in common, and he happened to be there this past weekend, and he did the wood turning 2-day class. And he is willing to help with any SAW booths we need. He's going to go to Wilmington, Ohio with us. Ray Seymour has already told me that if Sandy is who I have to get hold of, if I can't get a booth because they've already been taken, because the deadline was August 1st, then Ray's going to share his booth with me. He's going to pull me into his booth. So we're in no matter what. We're just trying to let people know that we didn't fold. Right now that's not a thought. We're doing everything we can to pave the way forward, and this is about the membership, and the membership's who we care about. It's not about me, it's about all of us. And I'm going to be doing the legwork and I'm going to be out there.
All right. Thanks, Misty. So, I had a question for you, and now I can't think of it. My brain is still on debut mode. Sorry.
That's all right.
As Rick mentioned earlier, I'm still in hangover mode for driving.
Hangover mode. That's all right. We were all jet lagged yesterday. We were slap happy by the time we got out of the van yesterday.
Yeah, I think I walked back in the house at 12:30 last night. I got back, dropped the car off, and all that. So that was fun. But
we hit all the traffic coming home of everybody coming down for the eclipse because I live right where the eclipse went through in southern Illinois.
Let me know if you find out from them that they can still get tables, because I might want to get a table for artistry and wood if I still can.
Okay, you want me to ask when I call Sandy tomorrow?
Yeah, just see if they're still accepting vendors.
Okay.
Yeah, because I might get one too. All right, Rick, did you want to show us your photos from Midwest?
Okay, let me figure out how to screen share.
Hit the green arrow.
And then I got them there. First one's blurry. Now I got to remember where the heck the thing was to move the pictures along. I don't usually use this program. So where in the heck how do I get to the next picture? Oh, I bet it's hid down here.
You gotta hide that?
Yeah.
Hit hide.
There
you go.
This is just kind of the crowd that was at the picnic, and you can see the different booths down there. We'll just kind of shoot through these. The contest area, there was a stage. Linda was running the contest. This is just some of the stuff off the brag tables. And a lot of these things Lee already showed. But I just kind of went through and shot some different pictures of some of them. The contest area, this is kind of the things that were entered in the contest. I tried to just walk around and shoot the whole area. Some beautiful projects were there, that's for sure, but the brag tables had some nice stuff too. And there's Dale and Linda who ran the contest. Just more of the vendors. Peterson Wood, Rocklers, Seiko was there. Steve Good, Fanflea. This was Parsons Woodworking. Had a lot of wood burning tools and magazines on the wood burning. Garnet Hall. There's Lee and P.S. Wood's booth there in the background. That's Alan Barr. He's out of Texas, I believe. P.S. Woods. I thought I had some. Okay, there's the scroll saw corral, and this is where the kids could come up and pick up a little toy truck or something, or you could come over here and grab and turn an ink pen. So that was just kind of a hands-on booth. The Art Factory display. There's one of the little kids there in the booth actually working on it. They had a quilter's booth there. This is kind of down the other side of the room. We had the brag tables here, and then you can see clear in the background was the contest. This was one of the classrooms. The other classroom was off over in this other corner. And then kind of up around the front to the right of the picture was another classroom. Sunday, the crowd kind of thinned out. And Sunday night we had the pig roast or pork roast, I guess, picnic up at in Eagle Point Park on the Mississippi. And this was kind of the view from where we were looking at from the Mississippi from that park. So, just kind of a quick shoot around. So there you go. Get back and unshare here. Whoops, did I unshare? Now, how do I get to stop sharing? I guess I did. Okay. So that's what I had on it.
All right, we have a question for Misty. John Schaffner asked, "What is SAW, and how would a membership benefit me?"
Okay, that sounds like a good one for Misty.
Yep. We'll see if I can answer it. SAW is the Scroll Saw Association of the World. We have right now about 387 members. That includes family members and some business members. That's a physical total. We communicate with one another through the Facebook SAW site. We have a quarterly publication that we put out. The publication also includes a lot of our chapters. We have several chapters. We got New York, we got New Jersey, Chicago, Minnesota, California, Texas. They're all over. And the chapters do their own little thing. They have their own meetings. And we post information from their newsletters and try to keep people up to date on what the chapters are doing. We have a directory that has not been printed in a while. The last one that was done was 2013, and that is on my objective list to get a new one out and to keep it updated on the internet. There has been, SAW has a recent bad history of keeping information updated and keeping members informed, and that is one of my goals. I just took over as president in July. I came on the board in February. What does it have to offer for you? It has to offer to you the having everybody close hand that are fellow scrollers. All of them are willing to help one another. They're all willing to share tips. They're willing to share, help, anything. On our website, once you're a member, you have access to the locate members section. And if you want to see who lives close to you, who lives in your state, see if there's anybody that you know that's in there, you can look for them through there. We do have lots of information. And I can't tell you which places, but there's a lot of businesses that you show your membership ID card and they'll give you a discount just for being a SAW member by using it for scrolling in your needs. We have a big job ahead of us. I'm not going to lie about it, and I'm not going to pretend it's not there. We have a big lie. We have a big hump to overcome with some of the poor decisions that have been made in the past. But while I've taken the time to learn some, I want to take that past and I want to move forward with it. And I want to work on what we can do now, not what was done before. I want to do what we can do now. And if there was something that was liked before, I want to bring it back. There was a time when we had over 1,400 members. Well, SAW was doing something right. And if it was working and everybody loved it, let's do it. I have a goal. I've only shared it with one group. I shared it with Orange County. Over the next year and a half, I will be visiting every club. I will be on the road, and I'm going to be doing the legwork that it takes to be getting out to our members. It's not just going to be a phone call. It's not just going to be my name in a newsletter. People are going to be seeing me at shows. They're going to be seeing SAW, and we're going to be visible. And that's what it's going to take, and I'm willing to do it. As far as what else can you get out of it, you know what? Sometimes you have to ask, what am I going to put into it myself? It's a membership. So it means all the members working together to provide for each and every one of us. So it takes all of us coming together, giving tips, writing articles, providing stuff for the newsletter, so that it's not the same people or the same thing all the time. It takes all of us working together. If there's anything else you want to see, hey, I'm an open door. I'm not going to claim I have all the answers, and I'm not going to claim that a way I want to do it is the right way. There's a lot of ways to get there, and I'm all ears and willing to listen.
Hey, Misty, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Several years ago, I was a member of SAW. In fact, back in the early 2000s, I was a vice president for 2 years.
Okay.
How do you see SAW progressing with the new media, social media aspect out there?
What I would like to see is a little bit of what Lee is doing here. I would like to see us starting to be utilizing. A lot of people don't like social media, and that's fine. But you know what? There's a lot of people that do. Let's use what we have. We are a wide-based membership. We're across the United States. We have one in Israel. We have some up in Canada, in Australia. Social media is our only way to be in contact outside of texting. Social media like this gives us that personalization that you don't have through a text message. Talking like this, I can speak to you. You hear my tone. It's kind of like speaking face to face. So you get that one-on-one aspect that you wouldn't get without the social media. How can we incorporate it with SAW? Start having meetings with this. I know we're limited to the number of people we can have on it, but that doesn't mean that we can't start small and figure something out. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I'm willing to take ideas, and I'm willing to work with them and run with them and see where it takes us.
All right. I was looking at it. Donna asked a question on the inside chat. I was just trying to find out really quick. She asked if there was any Alabama scroll saw clubs that you knew of.
Not that I currently know of. No, not as far as SAW, but if I will do a quick look, because I can find the clubs whether they're through SAW or not.
Well, John Schaffner, and Edward Henry wants to know any plans for a lifetime membership option for those of us likely to forget to renew.
As of right now, the lifetime membership has not been discussed outside of the realm of what it's been. That doesn't mean that it can't be revisited. I can tell you that the renewal process is going to continue the way it's been in the past, prior to the last president changing it to, okay, we're going to do it every January and you're going to have to remember to do it. I'm going to be sending you notices. But as far as a lifetime membership, submit a person's name. That's exactly how you do it. You submit their name and the board votes on them. Let us know what their accomplishments are. Lifetime membership is something that's pretty much earned. If we want to visit a lifetime membership that you pay for, that's a whole nother realm. That's nothing I could answer alone. Can I share ideas on it? Sure. Do I think it's a possibility? Sure. But I can't answer on it alone without going through everybody with the board, and something like that personally would have to also I would get opinions from the membership, because I do not want to take away any thing from the people that have the current lifetime that have been nominated for it and taken. I don't want to step on any toes, but that doesn't mean I'm not willing to take our membership forward into another level.
Yeah, I was just looking on the SAW site, and I didn't see anything about an Alabama scroll saw club.
No, we wouldn't through SAW.
And John's asked about any New York clubs.
Yes, there are New York clubs.
We have the Western.
Do you have to be a member to go to the site and see where the clubs are?
No. A non-member has access to the local chapter section, and they can also get on the list where it says local chapters. It'll have everyone in the ambassador and the contact person's name. And if I'm not mistaken, Rick, tell me if I'm wrong, can they not click on the link and email them even if they're a non-member?
Yeah, I think even the non-members can link on the emails.
That's what I was thinking. So yeah, so just tell the non-member they can go to the heading with local chapter, click on it. It's going to open a menu, and then it'll say chapter, local chapter, and it'll open up all of our current, with the contact person and the president.
As I'm looking now, I don't know where John Schaffner lives, but there is one in Buffalo, John.
Yeah, that would be Anthony Semay's club. The Western, what's that called, Rick? Let me get my papers. have it for you here momentarily.
That would be Tony
Yeah, Tony Samay.
May.
The Western New York Woodworkers, Rochester, New York.
Yeah, Rochester. All right.
Clarence High School is where they have their current meetings. Clarence, New York. They meet the third Thursday of each month.
Is there still a quarterly newsletter that goes out?
Yes. We just had a newsletter that everybody just got last week. That was 1 month late, and that was late because I requested it from the board to push it back 1 month because in July, the beginning of July, July 9th, I received notification that our president was stepping down and that it was being handed over to me. And I was not comfortable putting out a newsletter with information that I didn't have access to. And I didn't want, I would rather a publication be set back 1 month to have the proper information, get proper notification to our members rather than just send it out and still leave everybody hanging. So that's why it was a month late. But the next one is October and we'll be back on track. And that is one of my goals. I've already talked with the other board members. I want us to be back to meeting the deadlines and have everything out. So I don't want the members guessing when things are coming. I want them to know when they're coming.
All right. Do we have any more questions over in the YouTube chat, Donna?
No more questions yet.
No more questions yet. Okay. Does anyone have anything else? Because it's 9:30, so about time for us to wrap it up for the show. Anyone got anything? No one? Nothing?
Lee, just thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yep. Make sure you come back on anytime.
Most definitely.
And we generally, just so you know, we generally hang out afterwards. So if you want to hang out with us, we can.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna
Can
say.
you put a link, Paul, when you post this video?
Can I what now?
Put a link for SAW.
Yeah. The website for SAW is www.sawonline.com.
SAW-online.
-online.com, yes. And I'll put a link for it in the YouTube video thing. When we get it posted up on YouTube, I'll put it in the information there. All right, 9:31, so we're going to
I got one more question. Can I gift membership to a young man?
Yes, you can gift membership. That's not a problem. We encourage it.
Okay. Any more questions, Donna?
No, it looks like that's all of it.
Okay. All right. Time to say goodnight then. I want to thank everybody for who came on to YouTube and posted on there and asked questions. I apologize about us being a little late tonight getting started. We were having some technical issues before we started tonight. So, sorry about that. Hopefully next week we can start on time. And I want to thank everybody that came on the panel, starting with Mr. Rick Hutchinson, Misty, Carl Taylor, John Cossins, Jessica, and Donna Presley, and of course, last but not least, the blue ribbon winning Mr. Don.
And the man.
All right. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Night all.
Night,
Night all.
Night.